Hi everyone, today we are going to continue on our MLOps journey and we are going to see how to deploy an ML web app in the GCP Google Cloud Platform. Remember that last tutorial we did the same thing. We deploy an ML web app in the Amazon Fargate solution. Here it will be the same thing. Let's see which tool we are going to use. Firstly, we are going to use a Python flask library to construct our web page, our web app, and then we need a Pycaret library. Very interesting thing. I invite you to go and see how to use Pycaret. It's an open source software and very important to automate the workflow. Pycaret is useful because all steps of machine learning pipeline are automated. You have a pre-processing of data, split data. You have to train the model, to evaluate the model, to make prediction, to save the model. All these steps are automatic, are already configured. You only need to provide a data, to provide a target feature, and then a magic Pycaret does all things, all remember steps. We also need a Docker to build our Docker image, as you know, and we need a GCP account. Know that GCP account is free, okay? I invite you to create a free account. There are limited resources, but it's enough to test some work, to deploy web app. I don't know, to make such a machine learning pipeline, Vertex AI. You can test it in the GCP account. Very interesting. And then we need to use GCR, Google Container Registry, where we will push our Docker image, this tool. We also need a Kubernetes engine, Google Kubernetes engine. This is the tool to create and manage cluster, because in our cluster we will have our image, put our image in our cluster, launch the cluster, and deploy our application. Okay, this is the step we will follow into this tutorial. As I said before, the first step, you need to create a GCP account, and then when you create a GCP account, you need to create a new project. Here you can see the name of my project is Deploy ML on GCP. Okay, this is the name of my Google project, GCP project. Let's see it here. You see here, this is my project, Deploy ML GCP. Okay, this is the name of my project. And then when it's done, you need to import project code. You need to make a git clone repository. Here you can find all my files I need for this project. Donc, as we've seen before, I need a requirement.txt with the library to make our web running. We need a model. This is our model. Save the best model. Grading boosting regression model is the best one. Give us by Pycaret. Okay, we also need a Docker file. No, we copy all the file, our local machine, and put it in our Docker file, Docker image. This is our image on port 8080. We run the requirement.txt, and then we run the application. Here is Unicorn. Okay, remember that we are in the production environment. That is why we use Unicorn. We also have our app.py, okay, for our model, and we have our HTML file, home HTML, predications mail, okay, and CSS style file. Okay, this all file, we can see it on my GitHub repository named Deploy ML on GCP. When it's done, when you clone this repository, let's see it in action in our GCP console. To activate a cloud shell, you click here. I don't know if you see in my cursor. You click here, and then you will have a shell, a cloud shell. Okay, let us see if I already have my repository. I think yes, because I already have done this work. Okay, as you can see, I did a ls command. Here is I see my repository, Deploy ML on GCP. Okay, and then I will go open this repository, make another lsc file, lsc command, and we have all my file here: app.py, config.py, docker file, my model, my requirement.txt, and my html and css style file. That is done. Let's continue on. Next thing, we are going to build the Docker image. This is the command which allows us to do it. Docker build, we give the name of your group of image, GCR, and we give the image name. Here is insurance app version 1. I think I already have it. I will not build again this image. Let us see it in my GCP. To see it, you need to go to the registry container. Okay, registry container is in the CI/CD part. Here you have thing container registry, and here the image. Okay, we click on it, and we can see your image here, built by Docker. Okay, this is Docker and my repository, and inside I have my image. Okay, this is my image. Okay, my Docker image into an app. Next step will be to upload this image, this container image, into the Google Container Registry. I already did it. When it's done, now you can push your image in the Google Container Registry with this command. Okay, docker push. As we see before, I already did this step, and the next step will be step number 5. We create a cluster. To create a cluster, you need to set firstly some variable. The first one is the name of the project. Told you before is deploy ML GCP, and then you configure the compute engine zone. Okay, when I did it, I can now create my cluster. Okay, with this command, Google Container Cluster create insurance cluster. Insurance cluster is the name of the cluster. My cluster will have 2 nodes, and the disk size of each node will be 10 GB. Okay, I think it's enough for this work. Let us go see if I already have my cluster. To see it, we are going to the Kubernetes engine. Here, I click on Kubernetes engine, and in my Kubernetes engine, yes, I already have my cluster. Okay, insurance cluster. Okay, this is my cluster, which is Futuria Europe West 6. Okay, now let's continue on our tutorial. When we have our cluster, we can now deploy our application. Okay, with kubectl, create deployment, and we deploy our application. Note that by default, Google Kubernetes engine are not accessible from the internet. Okay, and then if you want to give the access of your app to the internet, you need to run this command. You need to expose the port of your application on internet, and this command allow you to do it. Okay, and the type, very important, equal load balancer. Okay, this is our type of our deployment, and when it's done, you can run this command kubectl get services to have your public URL address, IP address. Okay, let us go and test it. Let us put it here, kubectl get services. Let us see.
Firstly, you need to log or create a GCP account by using this command.
Our services here. Yes, we have it. Okay, I don't know if you see my console, but this is my external IP. Okay, I will copy it and go on my Google Chrome. I will tap here. Oh, nice, done. This is our web app is running, and now we can make some prediction, give the characteristic, age, sex, BMI, number of children, smoker, we put yes here, and the region, northwest, northeast, southeast, and click to the button predict. And here you can have the amount of the insurance bill for this patient with this characteristic. Okay, we have here $19,687 per year. This is the estimate insurance bill for this family. Okay, thank you guys, and I hope that it's not difficult for you, but if you have any issue, feel free to ask me a question. It will be a great pleasure for me to answer to you. As I mentioned before, I will put all the material of this tutorial in the description link of this video. Okay, this is the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys.